This week on Around the Monitor, Nintendo is offering discounts on their first-party games, and Ubisoft says it has 3 more games coming this year. Will Sneaky Sam Fisher be there? Who knows? Get ready to go Around the Monitor.
Let's go.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Around the Monitor for the week of May 17th. I'm your host, King Kaiser, and this is the weekly gaming news talk show where every point you make in the discussion is a point towards winning. Like and follow us on YouTube. Check us out on Twitch every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We go live on YouTube and iTunes the next day. But let's get right into it here. We've got the unlucky tactician, or the Green 8 Ball.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes this week. It's going to be an interesting news week. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
We've got the fanciest boy in the land, the Dapper Dastard.
I graduate tomorrow.
Woo! We've got the Snapshot Crackshot, the Fisher King.
And ladies and gentlemen, we got Hio. Oh.
Damn it, dude. You stole my joke again.
You fuck you.
This week we're gonna... It's not the most exciting news week, so I pulled some articles, and we're gonna do what we did a few weeks ago, and I have a trivia question ready. Whoever gets closest to it can pick from the list, and we'll do it that way. But starting off, the trivia question for this week is, how many copies of Wii Sports have been sold? I'll give you guys a hint too, because it was originally a pack-in title with the Wii console when it first launched.
Are we counting?
Yes, that does count. The Wii,
Okay.
The Wii originally, or the Wii itself, sold 101.6 million copies.
Why is this like this?
It should be noted, not all versions of the Wii
There we go.
included Wii Sports. So, how many copies of Wii Sports were sold?
Will you tell us how many Wii's were sold?
Yeah. 100.
He just did.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, I
101.6
totally
million.
zoned out.
106 million?
101.6.
101.6.
So how many copies of Wii Sports were sold?
So this is honestly everyone taking a bet of. Do you think anyone went and bought Wii
Bought it
Sports
after.
without owning? Without like it just coming with the Wii.
Well, no, there's the versions of the Wii that didn't come with Wii Sports.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
The real question is how many people went out and bought Wii Sports.
Because we know it has to be less than 100K.
Yeah. Or 100 million.
It's not. Sorry, thank you. 100 million.
It is 100, less than 100K. Say that as your answer. And then we're gonna die.
5 copies.
All right.
Who wants to go first?
Pull the trigger. Come on.
I'm going to go...
All right, go ahead.
Fuck it. I'll start, man. Because if I lose, this gives me more time. Buys me time. I'm going to go 80 million.
Okay.
I was going to say 87 million.
Okay.
Well, you're still going to say 87 million?
Yeah, I'm going.
Dapper?
You squeeze yourself. You're screwed, dude.
I'll cut low and go 50 million.
Okay.
Oh, Pridge, you're crazy. Well.
Okay, and
Jason wins.
the answer to this is 82 million. The Green 8 Ball was almost dead on.
Yeah,
Wow.
nice. Good.
Followed by Fisher and then Dapper, so that would be the order. I'm going to read through the...
Wait, I don't want to win. Wait.
Well, too bad.
Yeah, I know, right?
Too bad.
Fuck yourself.
So I'm going to read through this, read through all the article titles, and then you will get to choose from there. So we've got the Epic Game Store launching in China. Nintendo is slowly patching and overclocking to Switch games. Ubisoft apparently has 3 more titles dropping this year. Starbreeze is somehow hanging in, but not for very long. Nintendo vouchers offer discounts. Super Mario Maker 2, like the news blew out from yesterday, and there's also a Super Mario Maker 2 International at E3. Yeah, the Direct just happened yesterday as of recording. There's a cool new Twitch interactive experience app that you can download. The EU issues a law preventing overworking game devs. The LCS tells Echo Fox to remove a racist shareholder. And the Switch is now outselling the PS4 in Japan.
Oh, okay. Well,
Which?
I'm taking the one I know the most about because it was mentioned on my stream and I had some discussion on the vouchers.
The vouchers?
The vouchers. Yeah, I'm taking the vouchers.
All right. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. Take it away.
So Nintendo basically announced that Kaiser can give you the specifics on the numbers because I unfortunately don't know it. But you can buy 2 games together and get them for cheaper. I think it's $100.
Yeah, you buy two $60 games, you can get them for $100.
$2 $60, so you're saving $20. The keynote here is normally you think, okay, I'll buy 2 separate games. Then obviously get the best of worlds. Oh, I'll have Fire Emblem 3 Houses and Pokemon Shield. That sounds like a green 8-ball buy right there. That wouldn't be bad. Yes, on top of that, you could do that. But the big thing that I think I want to address, and somebody mentioned it on the streams, shout out to Hector, by the way, if you can buy the same game and you can buy your buddy a game and team up and get the game cheaper. So you guys buy a co-op or a multiplayer game and, you know, what the Switch is made for, bringing it over and partying or getting those collaborative experiences with each other. Buying those and getting them cheaper is just a win-win for both people involved. If you're not just doing it for your sole needs. So I think it's a very smart buy or smart decision by Nintendo. Nintendo makes some weird decisions, so I'm glad that their voucher is one of the wiser ones. If they offered more perks with them too, I think they would even sell more. You could offer specific, I don't want to say DLC, that sounds really bad. But if they give you more incentives, like these specific games pair up really well together or something like that, it's like the Super Mario Brothers bundle or something like that you could buy. Maybe get them even like $5 cheaper, but that'd be, we'll see. That's maybe too specific, but I think just for the party experience, it's a good move for Nintendo.
Awesome, yeah. All right, Fisher, you're up next. What topic are you taking here?
I'm going to take Switch outselling the PS4 in Japan.
All right, take it away.
Okay, so the Switch is a very good console. I don't think that's going to come as a shock to anyone here. We all like the Switch quite a bit. It's good. It's mobile. It has games on it. Having games in your console is very important. Hey Sony, how are you this bad at your job? You have had a multi-year lead on this fucking thing.
3 more years.
Yeah, you should have way more good quality exclusives that make people want to buy the game. And this is your home country. So all the shit that has to get localized, you already have that. You don't have to localize it. It's already done for you. This doesn't show me that the Switch is a really good console. It's like, well, it is that. I know that for a fact. This just shows me that Sony really, like, they had it with the PS4. Xbox One limped its way into existence. It was clear and open. They had a great starting period, and then they were like, "I don't got to do anything. We already made the console. We can just give up until the PlayStation 5." And then they did. Honestly, this really kind of depresses me. It just kind of shows that the PlayStation 4 is weirdly an afterthought console. It was built out of, we don't have to outrun the bear, we have to outrun Xbox. And so they did that, and then they were like, all right, whatever, we'll just do really bad updates, bundle PlayStation Plus, or bungle it rather, and then not figure out how to make name changes, not crash our entire service. This honestly is a really bad life for Sony. PlayStation 4 is still a very good console. It's got a lot of good games on it, but it's not as good as it should be, which is a very whiny gamer thing to say. But at the same time, it's like you were given everything, and we're like, I'll take what I can get.
Fun fact here, actually. Whenever a console has sold more in Japan, it sells more worldwide, like lifetime sales. Right now, the PlayStation's sitting about 90 million copies. PlayStation 4. Do you think the Switch will outpace it in its lifetime?
100%.
Yeah?
Well, the only thing that might hold it out as a non is FIFA. Because if it doesn't have FIFA, people won't play it, won't buy it. Especially in Europe and France.
Fair.
England and Europe. But the one thing I did want to say is that doesn't really surprise me though, because pretty much everywhere, it's.
Yeah, the more that I think about it, it's not the greatest statistic.
Because those are the only 2 big ones really.
People,
the Xbox is more niche than the PlayStation, and the Nintendo is the family console. So that kind of doesn't really surprise me.
Dapper, which topic are you taking?
All right, so I'm going to talk about the European Court of Justice ruling. Yeah, because the first thing I have to say is Zach's characterization of this topic is actually false. He says the European Union issues a law to prevent overworking game devs. That's actually not what happened. Basically, is the European Court of Justice. Not to call you out.
Negative 10 points for me.
I just want to specify, this isn't a new law. The European Union already has a working time directive which restricts hours. What this is a ruling that is forcing employers to actually monitor working hours. So what this is trying to give a law that already exists some actual teeth. Because there already was this time directive that prevented from overworking employees, but there was no system to monitor it. So it was entirely a law without any teeth. There was no way to actually enforce it or find out, outside of employees complaining, whether this was actually being followed. So what this European court ruling is they're requiring employers to implement some sort of system to track hours in order to better find out whether the company is following the rules. But to the actual topic itself, I'm pretty happy to hear this. Once again, there's still a lot of ways this may not work. Even if employers are forced to track hours, they still may not do it accurately. But I definitely like this as an effort because, as we've talked about several times in this show, crunch is getting worse and worse in the gaming industry, and we're finding out more and more just how overworked a lot of devs are. So I'm really happy to see this. Once again, this is another area of law where Europe just has a better culture and a better understanding of, well, basically, workers' rights than America does. So I'm not surprised to see something like this happening in Europe first, because I don't want to say necessarily like nice to their workers, but they're a lot better than they are in the U.S. They have laws like, much better maternity leaves and paternity leaves and vacation hours. So the fact that they're taking greater steps to combat crunch and overworking in the game dev industry before America is definitely not surprising.
Absolutely.
And America will probably keep making excuses to not do it because we don't really like our own workers in this country.
Hey, who needs them,
Everyone, actually.
I was gonna rush in like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what he supports in this case.
I don't know.
I guess not workers' rights.
No
Yeah,
one.
Usually,
especially not a European, especially not Europe ruling.
He hates
European devs.
he hates workers' rights, but he also hates employers. So it's
And he also
He
hates,
also hates Europe.
he also hates Europe. You got me on that one.
Does it happen to specify if they are French or not?
Just says European Court of Justice.
All right, they get off.
That includes the French, I think, though.
All right.
They can slip by.
8-Ball, you're back up. What topic are you going for your second round here?
Oh man, there's so many good topics. The Epic Game Store in China. I probably should stay away from that with more stuff to come. But there's also Ubisoft. I know all about that. I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to get involved with that.
Okay, there's
all
one
kinds of
that
good
you very much know about on here.
yeah, and I'm gonna probably catch you off guard right here because I
Okay.
was actually reading on. I'm gonna actually pick the wild card Starbreeze. Actually.
Oh, wow. I didn't expect
Did I
that.
just take your topic?
No, actually, no. I'm just shocked.
Yeah. All right.
Good. I'm shocked.
8-Ball, give us the deets on Starbreeze,
Fucking
man.
All right, so the most I know about Starbreeze is from reading most of this article and what the other previous games that they've released. But that is the key to Starbreeze. I ironically enough, so what I've read and basically have found out is Starbreeze is a company that likes to hang on to stuff that's way too past its prime or like past its development period. Psychonauts, unfortunately, is it needed to come out early. The second one probably needed to get going earlier. Now it's kind of in a weird development hell. And then they've also on the zombie phase a little too late with The Walking Dead that they released and it did terribly.
Oh god.
They also had, like I said, System Shock, again, outdated by BioShock now. It's just too late for a lot of these. So this company seems to me from the outside to make a lot of irrational decisions and going on to games that are either past its prime, past its time, rhymes, and
doing crime,
doing crimes. Luckily, their decisions it keeps them. They still have some survivability if they do get some of these games out. But I think Psychonauts even might be transferring to another company. But the decision making can't be as bad as Alabama's state legislature.
Whoa!
Luckily, Starbreeze, if it actually just comes out with some unique ideas, maybe it could salvage it. But I think just hanging on to series that are like past its time, I think is, it's curtain calls for this game, and more flesh blood will come out for different companies. And if Psychonauts gets made, great. But this company, as I see it right now, doesn't really deserve to make it. I think they've missed their opportunity. Sucks in the gaming community, but that's the time frame you have to work with. Look at like some of these. I think Kingdom Hearts 3 kind of speaks for itself. A lot of people would comment on that with the time window you have on that. So just keep in mind you have time windows when you need to release sequels, and they kind of missed the boat on them.
Yeah, I think Starbreeze is a sad case. I wish they were doing better, but here we are. But I hope the best for everybody involved in who works for them. All right, Fisher. Next topic. What are you going to?
I'm going to.
What are you buying?
What are you? Hey, stranger. What are you selling? I'm going to Ubisoft's 3 mystery games.
All right. Yeah. Take it away.
And hold on, I just lost the topic. What the hell?
Well, Ubisoft apparently has
lost his mind.
3 more titles this year.
No, I wanted the actual list of topics.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool. So, Ubisoft may or may not have 3 mystery titles to drop. They said in a shareholder call they had 3 things coming out between January and March of 2020. I think that means January of 2019 and 2020, or are they claiming they have 3 games coming out in the span of 3 months? Anyone have any idea?
It's a dang good question, dog.
We're gonna.
I was under the opinion that it was the latter one, but which seems crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'll err on the side that they're doing the more sane thing and not doing that. It doesn't really matter. So what I'm assuming is that Ubisoft is gearing up to announce 3 things at their press conference at E3. Which one of which isn't a Splinter Cell. It's going to be a Splinter Cell. If anyone thinks that guy was allowed to tweet out a image from the recording with the people, you're insane. That's very clearly a PR stunt.
But they were drinking wine glasses in the Twitter post.
The scandal of a European company.
Where's Hayo when you need him?
Here's the thing. Ubisoft, this is a mildly smart thing. They're hyping it up before their big E3 press conference. They are now one of the biggest players showing up at E3.
Absolutely.
But you've also dicked yourself. Because now, if your E3 press conference sucks, you're screwed. So if you are teasing, hey, we have 3 games to announce, and I wonder when we're gonna do that. There's not a giant show.
Oh, it's gonna be E3. It's gonna be E3.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm saying. Like everyone knows, okay, it's going to be E3. That's a no-brainer. The matter of the thing is, Splinter Cell, fine, people will be hyped for it. Those other 2 games better actually be good. Or if you're banking on these being the things that blow your press conference out of the water, they need to actually be good. And if I were Ubisoft, I'd be kind of shitting my pants. What things do we have that make people excited? Because new IPs categorically don't do well at E3 press conferences because they are met with dead silence and then polite applause, which is Twitch death.
Yeah, please be excited.
So yeah, please.
It's
Thank you for waiting.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting.
It's tough.
Just out of curiosity, what do you think those games are gonna be?
I'm
apart from Splinter Cell.
Yeah, definitely Splinter Cell. That's happening. Part of me actually thinks we might see For Honor 2.
Oh,
hey.
Ohio's gonna like that one.
I think that honestly, that might be because the game sold moderately well.
I don't know about that one.
Well, it made its budget back, which is
that counts.
And I get, it's really kind of a thing right now where people are trying to diversify their portfolios of games they put out, so they're not putting out the same thing over and over again, even though that works. I don't know. But for the 3rd game, I think it's going to be a new IP, and I think it's going to be met with scattered applause.
How do you not put in Rayman, man?
Rayman
Man.
Let me put this one out there.
Didn't we just get one though?
Let me put
last year, right?
Raging Rabbids is their last thing.
No, we got one on the Switch, didn't we?
I think they just re-released one.
Okay.
But
Maybe. I don't think
we
so,
could
though.
see a Mario plus Rabbids too. The first one came out a few years ago.
Was that first party or they just publish it?
It was Ubisoft and Nintendo worked on it.
Okay.
Ubisoft developed it. Nintendo
That's why I
gave them the money and the rights.
Okay, I thought they had got some plebs to do it.
No, that was Ubisoft.
All right.
All right. Dapper, what's the final topic of the night?
All right, let's talk about Riot Games
Oh.
and their issues with isms. Only this time, guys, it's not sexism, it's racism. And even more surprisingly, this one's not Riot's fault.
What?
So the short story on this one is that one of the investors for the North American League Championship Series team, Echo Fox, was basically caught with some pretty vile racist remarks aimed at several other people inside the company.
Mm-hmm.
The face of Echo Fox, former NBA player Rick Fox, basically threatened to leave the company if something was not done to this investor.
Mm-hmm.
To add on to that, Riot then came out and said, you have 60 days to do something about this guy, or we will take immediate action that would have an adverse ability on Echo Fox's ability to compete.
It's such
in the
a weird
LCS.
way of wording that. Like, why would they word it like that?
No, I actually like the way they worded it.
Just say, we're not going to let you
lawsuit,
stick
but-
around.
Whoever writes stuff for them, I swear to God, they're drunk or foreign.
No, this is actually the kind of legal language you would use.
Yeah, come on, man.
The league will take
Be a
formal,
legal student for once.
formal action that
I
may
trust British.
adversely impact the future of Echo Fox in the LCS. That's actually a bit of legal, like not like specifically legal
Nice,
language,
yeah,
but
that's
jargon.
fair. That's fair.
it's the kind of verbiage and tone you would use in a statement like that.
Okay.
So,
But what I do want to point out about this is a good move by Riot, something that they're doing very infrequently as of recent. But as we were talking about this in one of our Facebook chats, Riot as a game development company and Riot as an esports overseeing company are kind of two different heads.
Yes.
If you look at it, Riot as a company that deals with esports does a lot of good things and is actually usually very quick to pounce on
that's true, actually.
players who need to get banned and organizations that are abusing players, at least North American wise. There's a lot of the other servers in their competitive leagues that are absolute shit shows.
Mm-hmm.
Oceania,
Riot-
baby.
Yeah, Oceania especially. But Riot North America actually does a good job of overseeing the LCS. The problem is that Riot as a game development company is just making shit mistake after shit mistake and is doing absolutely laughable at trying to cover their own asses and actually improve themselves. So on one hand, I want to be like, good job, Riot. And on the other hand, I want to be like, well, good job to the part of Riot that usually does a good job, and fuck the rest of you at Riot who have your heads so far up your own asses that when you farm
yelled
other
at
people,
for
you're actually
racism
farting
before?
on yourself.
I mean, they've gotten yelled at for just about everything.
Yeah.
But remember, that is trickles down from the heads there. So
I do want to just touch on the fact that out of the two black characters in League of Legends, one of them solves his problems with gun violence, and the other one has voice lines that include "I hate the cops" and "I hate being responsible."
wait, what are you talking about? Malzahar, man.
Malzar's Arab, isn't he?
We're not doing this. All right, that's
I
gonna
just really appreciate that Echo has lines.
that's
"I hate
gonna-
the cops
He's
and
still-
I hate being responsible."
that's gonna end it for this week. Dapper Dastard is this week's winner. Thanks to his legal knowledge.
Hey.
Dapper, are you ready for your minute to win it?
Yeah, I got something I can talk about.
All right, Dapper, please take it away.
Alright, so I do not watch Game of Thrones, but as I have heard, because I'm a person with access to the internet, they have been getting a lot of shit for how they're ending, for how they're doing this last season of Game of Thrones, and I feel a little bad, for a couple of reasons. Well, one, I'm enjoying the fact that people are having to deal with a TV show getting ahead of the source material and suffering for it. As a fan of anime and manga, that's my life. So I'm glad you all get to suffer for it. But I also want to point out that people are really honestly being way too overreacting about this, which is no surprise because it's the internet. But it is very hard to appease everyone when it comes to ending such a show that has been going on for so long, and like honestly, the ending is one of the hardest things to write when you're writing anything, and I really don't blame them that they're coming up short, just because it's just hard to do. So Game of Thrones fans need to settle the fuck down a little bit and just settle down.
Enjoy your show while it lasts.
Enjoy the 7 seasons that were amazing. Get it? The endings suck. They always do.
I think the consensus is that like 3.5 seasons were amazing, and then it kind of.
I'd go as far as saying 4.5.
Okay. We're interrupting his minute to win it, but I'm back.
No, his minute's over. His minute's over.
My minute's over.
Backing him up here, boys.
It's bad.
I get that it's bad, but I've watched a lot of series where the ending tanks, and I'm like,
well, it's not even that. It's that like the writing just like went insane.
Again, I have watched a million series where the writing goes insane in the last season.
If only we could get
literally
a
something that happens to everything.
That's
honestly part of me starting to enjoy that as well.
That's gonna be it for this week of Around the Monitor. Do we have anything to plug, guys?
I had a job interview on Monday, and then I had a second interview for the same place.
Hey.
So hey,
Fingers crossed.
put your hands up like Goku holding the fucking spirit bomb.
2 things.
Bad thing about Spirit Bomb, it only works out about 50% of the time.
I don't know, man. That deer that killed Majin Buu really helped.
Sorry, April, you were gonna say?
2 things. One, Kaiser puts out a lot of content on YouTube, and I think it goes unnoticed, and he's a good editor.
Oh, thanks, dog.
Please check it out when you can, and check out. I think hopefully we get that. One of my favorite episodes I had recording, but that might just be a teaser of the console list. That was really fun. That will be coming out. I'm doing a FE6 randomized now because the FE1-8 blew up, so this one's going smoother. So hopefully you guys can check that out when you can.
R.I.P. my beautiful son.
Yeah.
What's the opposite of a plug? What's an anti-plug?
Do you want to shit on
Shitting
something?
on something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Zach.
What are you shitting on?
The entire state of Alabama.
Hey, got him.
That's all I don't need to say any more. Just fuck the entire state of Alabama.
Just look at their list. I think it's like they had like their list of
they're like
educated.
50th in child education,
Yeah,
like
child
49th in
education.
child mortality.
You guys got better things to
What a
focus
joke
on
of a
right
state.
now, but you know
Yeah.
it's
A
fine.
joke of a state.
I really appreciate when other southern states really cover up for how bad South Carolina is.
Kentucky.
Yeah, man, you guys seem practically amazing in comparison.
No, we have Lindsey Graham.
All right, that's going to do it for this week, though. But we're going to take a quick moment, reset here, and we're going to do a special bonus episode on the best game of the decade, so from 2010 to 2019. It's going to get nasty. But we'll see you next week, same time, same place.
Spicy.
Thursday, 7:30 p.m. We go live, and then the next day we'll be up on YouTube and iTunes. Check us out. But until next time, this has been Around the Monitor.